Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. So we got a real big problem here in Utah. It seems to me, between, me and, a few of the other auditors, you got Walt up there, Utah Defender, you got Utah Cop Watch running up and going over and to Morgan, Utah, and helping Chili look at the Joshua Grover trial, who was convicted of not IDing, possibly over no crime. And now they're going to, of course, appeal it, just like I'm doing, my ridiculous charges. There is no... everything must be appealed with these people because they all charge you to lie. They all are liars in all the courts. That's what they do. We prove it all the time. You put in grammar requests. Unanswered. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care. I bet you if we went over there to the governor's office, lieutenant governors, and started confronting these people on how Utah is now running, I wonder how they'll feel about that. Sort of like Utah exposed. That's obviously what has to happen because, for these petty things in these small towns, especially in these small towns, by the way, and they just, throw you through the ringer, give you fines. This is the only game in town in East Carver is, tickets. It's tickets, ticketing people. That's it. That's all they do here. And they drive around in their brand new trucks. They have a brand new police department. For what? For them, not for anybody. So they could have a nice office, of which they don't do shit. The chief of police clocks in and then goes home and has coffee. And then might drive around a little bit. The guy makes $150,000 to do nothing. When are you people going to wake up? I've been around a long, long time in the First Amendment community. And I know everybody. And the corruption is everywhere, in every town. Every big town, every small town, every little town, every nepotism town like this town. This town is infested with... I bought a house here. Let me tell you a story. I bought a house here, 5 years ago or so. Sight unseen. I'll never do that again. Never do that again. And it was across the street from the busiest, messiest, traffic-ridden house in this whole town. And the cops wouldn't do shit. They still don't do shit. They ticket people, they drive around and not be bothered. And they all make huge inflated salaries to do nothing. Do nothing. Again, they are security guards. When there's an issue, they call the sheriff's department. That's who shows up. Because that's who they call. They don't do anything. There's no detective work here. None. They don't know how to do detective work, probably. Chad Nielsen, the guy's quitting, leaving. You know, never done a DUI, never done a traffic like an accident. You know, this guy's been a cop for years. And he hasn't done any of these things. Why is that? That's very interesting. And I'll tell you why. Because if they arrest their neighbors and their buddies and their friends that of their relatives that you ticketed, you charged, you whatever, then you're going to have Aunt Sue and Aunt Betty and Uncle Jim and everybody else pissed at them. So therefore, they don't do anything. They don't do anything. They ticket people for dogs and grass and dumbass shit. Tow people for cars, but they don't really do anything. They don't arrest people for drugs here, paraphernalia, nothing. What? There's so much in this town, their heads are going to spin. And they're all exposed now. It all comes here. Everybody knows they're a bunch of criminals here. Mostly the town government, not the people. The government, the city government that don't do shit, pad their pockets. Sam drives around and does nothing. My neighbor's door was getting beat on with a fucking hammer. And this guy didn't do shit. Nothing. The guy was beating on my neighbor's door with a hammer. And the chief of police did nothing. Nothing. Yet he'll ticket me and have me in court. They'll give me tickets. They'll give everybody tickets, not their friends tickets. I mean, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. This little town. I've lived everywhere. It's going to be a great, it already is a great story. And they're all going to be headlines with a huge file on these people of what they've done. It's already, all my emotions have been set in. From my understanding, they're getting sued by a couple people already. Either a group of people or a family of people that EXCERPT is getting sued, and they're most likely going to be sued personally. This guy was the underling to the mayor who was in the witness protection program. Hello? I mean, hello? I mean, how do you not see that for what it is? You can't be the chief of police and a good guy to a cartel member who's in the witness protection program. Malfeasance, public trust, oath of office, the list goes on and on. These people should be arrested. They should be all handcuffed and drug out of here. What? This is the story. They've got away with this shit for so long that it's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. And I'm sure there's so many stories of this stuff in all these little towns. Maybe not to this extreme. This place takes the cake. It's a 5-star for a crazy criminal city government. It's a 5-star unit. Ticket and bash people, try to run them out of town, don't say anything. They're so off the beat that nobody will ever know. Well, they ticketed the wrong guy. How's that? And we're going to make them all infamous, famous, whatever you say. Choose whatever you want. They're it. You're it. Rover, come on over. Whatever that, thing is. You're it, tag. But, you know, it's a really big shoe to now fill. Because that's how it works. So in closing, thanks for tuning in.